So, you're planning on sitting the GAMSAT, but it's kind of snuck up on you. Don't worry, it's not the end of the world, trust me. In this video, we're going to go through what I would do if the GAMSAT was 1 month, 1 week, or 1 day away and I hadn't studied. We'll go through what sort of things I'd prioritize, what I definitely would do, and what I definitely would not do when cramming for the GAMSAT. Let's go. Okay, so there's 1 month to go, and you're watching this video because you're looking for a bit of structure, guidance, and a bit of a plan about how to go about things. 1 month is actually a really solid time to get some good preparation done. And most of the tips I've given in my previous videos would likely apply to this time frame, so I'd consider giving them a watch first to get a good foundation in how to prepare for the GAMSAT. But here's where I'd start. Firstly, what are your strengths? Have you sat the GAMSAT before? Are you more of a science person, more of an essay writer, more of a comprehension type person? That way we can prioritize what sort of things we're going to be focusing on over the next month. Next, we're going to focus on building skills and focus on some of the techniques and things that require a bit more time and TLC to perfect. I think the essay is the first and best place to start if you've only got a month to go before sitting the GAMSAT. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you'll know that I'm a firm believer that you can turn your essay into your secret weapon to getting a really good score in the GAMSAT. And I think even if you don't consider yourself much of a strong writer, it only takes a few small changes to really elevate your essay and boost your overall score. In this video, I'll give you a bit of a summary on how to get started with essay writing, but if you want a bit more of an in-depth breakdown on how to score really well in the essay section, I've made a few other videos about essay writing in the GAMSAT. You can check them out here. I'd consider watching them before you get going and to get a good foundation with your essay writing. But the way I would get started is by writing essays and just focusing on repetition. 1 month is a really solid amount of time to be able to put some work into your essay and be able to produce a really good essay on the day. I've also put together a free GAMSAT essay study guide, which I can link in the description below. It'll hopefully summarize a lot of the things that I think are really important when writing a GAMSAT essay and hopefully help you get you started on your GAMSAT essay writing journey. Also, if you want personalized recorded feedback on your essays and how you're progressing, you can send them to me through the link in the description below. But repetition is absolutely king. If you're looking to score really well in the GAMSAT over the next month or so, I'd really try and focus on putting out an essay a day or at least an essay every other day. Try and focusing on not going 2 days without writing an essay to really boost your confidence, boost your skills, reduce the amount of time it takes to write you one essay. As I said with previous videos, when you're just starting out with essay writing, I would focus on repetition and the quality of the essays. Don't worry if it takes you an hour and a half to write a single essay. That'll come with repetition. Just focus on writing really good quality essays, and over time, the more essays that you write, the quicker you'll be able to complete them in. Next, let's focus on practice exams and practice questions. I definitely recommend doing the ACER practice papers to get a feel of the ACER style questions before sitting the exam. However, I generally recommend leaving them to sort of a week before the exam itself. Focus on the theory and doing practice questions in the meantime, and leave the proper exams for later on when you're feeling a bit more confident and you can get a bit of a feel for things. For sections 1 and 3, I think that practice questions are the most high yield at this point in time. For section 1, practice questions will give you a feel of the type of questions that they're going to ask you in the GAMSAT. It'll also give you a feel of timing and also strategy about how best to answer those types of questions. For section 3, again, it's going to help you with timing and strategy, but it'll also give you a better understanding of the type of questions that they ask, given that section 3 is a science style questioning test. For section 3, again, it'll help you figure out the style and types of questions that they're going to be asking in the GAMSAT. It'll help you with timing, but most importantly, it'll also help you find gaps in your knowledge. From there, you can watch YouTube videos, read some online material to help you get a better understanding of those knowledge gaps and hopefully make answering questions in the future a bit easier. Again, 1 month is a really solid amount of time to get some good preparation and build a strong foundation for your GAMSAT study, but I'd recommend getting stuck into it straight away. So, the GAMSAT's 1 week away. As much as you feel the urge to need to, try to resist cramming here. The GAMSAT is definitely not an exam that you can cram for, at least effectively, as much as I've tried to sell you in the title and thumbnail of this video. However, there are certain things that you can do and work on that I guarantee you will make you feel more confident and better on the day of the exam. The other thing I would say is setting realistic expectations for yourself and being kind to yourself is really important here. There's absolutely no use trying to fit in months of study into 1 week here. No one will be better off for that. For me, the focus here would be getting a really solid grounding and understanding of what the exam is going to be like. Try to familiarize yourself with the different components of the exam, and then focus on building some skills that will hopefully get your essay writing a little bit better, answering questions quicker, and then overall feeling a bit more confident on exam day. I'm a really firm believer that feeling more relaxed and confident on exam day will translate to what you put on paper and your end results. Try to just refocus your mindset a little bit. Yes, this is a big exam. Yes, it carries some amount of weight, but at this stage in the game, you really have nothing to lose, and anything you learn or information that you gain at this point in time will only help to serve you better on the day. Again, I'd probably start by just trying to write a few task A and task B essays. Just try to familiarize yourself with the structure, get a good feeling of how the essays work and how the timing might play out on the day. Again, watch this video here on how to structure your essay. I think structure should really be your primary focus at this point in time. In my opinion, essay structure is the money of the essay. So if that's the one thing that you can nail down in this last week, or at least try to nail down, then I think that'll help you go a long way. Having an idea of basic essay structure and the different things that exam markers are going to be looking out for, at the very least will ensure that your essay is going to be organized. You probably don't have quite enough time to extensively research examples and quotes and anecdotes and that sort of thing to use in your essays, but I would consider looking online at the essay quote generator and try and plan out a few different essays and how you're going to approach them to get a bit of a feeling of what it's going to feel like on exam day when you get thrown a set of quotes and you're expected to kind of just smash out an essay in half an hour. So I think that'll at least make you feel a bit more prepared before going in on the day. And again, I think it's probably worth taking a look at the ACER practice papers, so at least you have a feeling of the type and style of questions that they're going to be asking and have a bit of a dry run before you go in. Cool. So the GAMSAT's tomorrow. What do you do? Look, I think probably left your run a little bit late to do any substantial preparation. But again, at this point in time, it's all about working on some of those soft skills that'll help you feel better on the day. Like I said before, easier said than done, but let's not go around and feel like this is the end of the world just because you haven't prepared for this one exam. It's an exam, at the very least, it'll give you a good baseline to go off and an understanding of sort of where you sit for the next time you sit it, if you do have to. And who knows, you might have what it takes to just ace it on the first go without any preparation. Plenty of people do it. I know that I'm definitely not one of those people, but it'll give you a bit of an understanding of the exam, how it feels to sit the exam on exam day. So at least if you do sit it the next time, you're kind of feeling a little bit more prepared. And I mentioned in my previous videos, but my first attempt, I really did not do much study at all, if any. About a week before the exam, I turned on my computer, I did a bit of a Google search, looked on YouTube about some of the things that you need to know before sitting the GAMSAT. And I think I wrote a couple essays, maybe a few plans, but ultimately I was just not prepared. And I more or less was in your position, rocked up on the day of the exam, had a bit of an understanding of how the GAMSAT was laid out. You had to write a couple essays, you had to answer some questions about science, a few reading comprehensions questions and that sort of thing. But I think the thing that made me most comfortable on the day was knowing that I had a very low expectation of myself. And if at the very least you can come into exam day in that position, knowing that, you know, whatever I do today, it's not going to matter ultimately. It's going to be worth my time in the sense that I'll get an understanding of the exam itself and my baseline level and what to work on for next time. Then I think at the end of the day, it's probably no time wasted. So don't put too much pressure on yourself from that regard. What I would do, however, as I just said, is try to familiarize yourself with the exam process. There's nothing worse than rocking up to an exam and not knowing anything about what they're going to be asking you and anything about the different style of questions and that sort of thing. Take a look at this video here titled GAMSAT 101. It's a video that I made about the foundations of the GAMSAT, how the exam's structured and laid out, the amount of time you have for each of the different sections, and the type of questions that they'll be asking you in the exam. Hopefully, at the very least, it'll give you a bit of an understanding of what the exam's like. And honestly, watch a bunch of other YouTube videos. Just keep watching. Hopefully some things will stick. Hopefully you'll take a few things into the exam day and maybe to help you feel a bit more confident and comfortable and get you a better score on the day. If you can be bothered, have a bit of a browse through of the essay quote generator online, just to give you a bit of a feel of the type of quotes that come up. Maybe something similar will pop up on the day, you never know, and that'll give you a bit of an insight and a bit of an edge. But I wouldn't really bother yourself with writing too many essays or going through practice exams or practice questions. You can do for fun, but ultimately I wouldn't stress too much about it at this point in time. Just try to keep as chill as possible about it, feel confident, and try to keep the vibes nice and high. Look, so this is a very quick video on how to cram or not cram for the GAMSAT. And I think, look, no matter where you are along your GAMSAT preparation journey, whether you're a month, a week, or one day out, there's definitely something that you can do to at least make yourself feel better on the day, which ultimately is going to make you do as best as you possibly can. As I said before, I'm a firm believer that no matter how much you've prepared, the more confident and comfortable you feel on exam day, the better you're going to do scores-wise. So having said that, good luck to all of you who are sitting the GAMSAT. I hope you do great. Know that if you get a great score and you come out and you feel great, fantastic, good work, congratulations. If you come out feeling a bit bummed out, a bit disappointed, or you don't get the score that you were hoping for, it's not the end of the world, honestly. It's just an exam. I know everyone says that, that, but watch my last video if you want my true feelings about how I feel about exam marks and how people react to them and feel about them. For me, it's still a work in progress, and so I know how you feel. But bottom line is, I hope you found this video helpful and that no matter where you are, maybe you could take something out of this for your GAMSAT attempt. Good luck, give this video a like, consider subscribing for more GAMSAT related content coming out soon, and all the best. See you soon.